reigning, defending champions from VRML in the preseason one back in December, and at season one back months ago. And man, from a galaxy far, far away, Louis, 68-meter launch 3. Wow.
That might be a record there, 3-second goal. I think that might actually be the record. I think the fastest I've ever seen is 4. And that is a little luck, a little planning, a little bit of both goes into that right there. And yeah, Team Gravity immediately taking a 3-point lead here.
Well, that is one way to start. And you know what? Welcome to the stream on that note. Everyone watching, whether you are on Twitch, on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and especially on Oculus venues, this is the kind of match that we're going to see today. And this is the level of play we're witnessing. So here they go again. Lil Rad with a disc now for Phantoms, and now they're trying to offer that rebuttal, but a steal from Louis, another steal back from Lowrider.
Lowrider going to pass this one up, looking to send it into that near side too. Going to bounce around, picked up by Torin. He's going to send this one in for the ceiling shot. Oh, just wide. Now picked up by Simon on the back line. Simon turning it around here for Team Gravity. Going to send that one up to Al Pacino. He tries to send that one through, but Torin on the back line. Going to send this one across, and I'll pass back across the other side. Lowrider picking this one up. Ooh, Al Pacino picking Lowrider's pocket. Going to look for a clear here. Does get it out, and this one's going to go back down into the Phantom zone. Chain down. Simon taking the shot. He's going to hit it. 15 meters out. Team Gravity's up by 6.
Chain down, and then 3 down, and it's 6 along the way for Gravity. And that's what Gravity does, right? They bring you down, but in a good way, because we are brought up by these fantastic plays. About 2 minutes in, that 6-point advantage towards Gravity. And yeah, Phantoms now right back at him again, trying to get this way deep down the lane, but there's the stack just end to end, the full 80-meter dash essentially. These stacks, so that's exactly what you can expect from both of these teams. Look at that. Once again, just everyone pressing that speed and every little advantage. That said, always the 9-point advantage. Al Pacino now burying a goal from deep as well.
Who was that? That was Al Pacino. I love saying his name. He's just got one of the best names in the league. We're going to get a restart here. Presumably maybe somebody blacking out, dropping out, or losing a hand or something. So gonna get that set up again, but what a shot there by Al Pacino, going underneath the barrier there, sending it in at the bottom side of the goal for the 3. And yeah, so what I'm hearing is Torin, apparently Torin's mic has not been working since the beginning of the game, in fact, and so they took that restart there to get him reset, talking back here for his team, because you know that lack of communication can really hurt.
Oh yeah, and these teams are two of the best at it. You know, they pride themselves in that team play, the communication. When you see any team in the league here, especially at Master Tier, where you're just getting those blazingly fast stacks, you're seeing the passing play, because both of these teams have passing in spades. They just really know how to be fast, but also how to slow it down when they need, how to find the right passes and work in that slow offense. They do a little bit of everything, bit of everything, honestly. And yeah, it's great to see. And Strembinski, well, we have a second. Anything you're noticing just these first
I noticed the team's just readied up here, but these are definitely the fastest teams in the world. We saw that 3-second goal. It's kind of insane. Honestly, right now, I'm just seeing the teams, both of them, getting forced into making mistakes because it's just so fast. Everyone's just way too fast. So let's see if these teams can slow it down here.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it, to be honest, and that is just how it goes. I mean, look at this. Immediately on the anchor 3, that was 7 seconds in. Not even a neutral joust, but just as fast as one, seemingly taking that defense off guard, and Torin finding their first 3 now for them. This is just a 3-point barrage being shown.
Yeah, 3-point barrage, 3-man play. There's a Lowrider, stuns out the goalie. Lil Rat sends it over to Torin, who's open on the nets there. Torin's going to send it in for the 3. And that's exactly what Phantoms needs here. Oh, another up through that one. Send it going in. That had to be about 25, 28 meters out there, maybe even 30. I can't see it from here, but what a shot there. That's Phantoms coming back with a 3 here. Still 7 minutes to go in this game.
And still nothing but 3s, it would seem. So you talk about records, didn't we? And then the speed of that joust earlier. How about just the speed of these 3s coming out? This could be a 3-point record in its own just to start the first few minutes. I mean, we are off to quite the the ferocious, again, barrage of these teams, endless shots. And the thing is, too, you mentioned in any league, any division, it's rare that you actually get a couple shots in a row from three. There's another one, and it's 9-9. What is this?
Just like that, just like that. I mean, that's. Is that less than a minute? About a minute since we came back here. And when we came back, it was 9-0, Team Gravity. And suddenly Phantoms have tied it up here. There's still 6 minutes to go here. We're almost in double-digit scores. This is ridiculous.
This is nuts. Yeah. I mean, I don't have the record for you right now, but I could say this is already approaching it. That is a lot of three-point shots and not even halfway through the round, and it's nothing but threes is the thing. But yeah, here's another one. I mean, from way deep down, that one's going to bounce loose, but that one certainly will hit the middle. And Lowrider now up by 12 points. That is 12 points in, what, 2 minutes now?
You know, that's just, this is silly. I'm out of, I've got nothing, man. This is, we're only halfway through round one here, and it's currently 12-9. Nothing but threes are being scored. Simon's going to send that one over to Al Pacino. He gets hit by that chain, though, not stunned out. That pass, not going to take. It's going to turn over. Reset pass there to Torn. Torn does pick this one up. Torn going to pass this one up. Lowrider taking it. Lowrider and Lowrider going for a dribble here, sending it out, trying to check that one down. As Lowrider, he does. Open goal. Taking the shot. He's going to hit it.
So the thing I was trying to get to about a minute ago, and I haven't had time just because of all these 3 points coming out, is the fact that you don't often get multiple open threes is the thing. These teams, they don't need multiple threes, but yeah, the quickness is just so intense from these master tier teams these days that if you get an open lane, sure, you'll get one at the very least, usually on the 3-point attempt, but if you miss that first shot, it's normally going to be covered the next time around, and well, we're seeing that here. Another 3. It's 17, and now Phantoms out of nowhere looking to really upset Gravity, perhaps, because for Team Gravity, they are 19-0 on the season. Now, Phantoms are no strangers to really high records and looking dominant, because in Season 1, they finished 24-0 in that season, a couple more weeks in it. So that said, this could be extremely upsetting in the last week as Simon now tries to roll it in and just find some stability, but no, that's deniability from Torren, plausibly, and making it very possible for another open 3.
Very possible. It's going to be a race for this loose disc. Currently falling down to the floor there, picked up by Torren. Torren looking at the empty goal, sending that one in. Ooh, just wide. Now those stacks there from Gravity are going to get back and pick that one up. Simon going to send this one to the far side too. There does get out, does get through, almost to the teammate down deep. But no, that chain's going to get there. Torren picking it up now. Torren under pressure by Louis. Louis stunning him out. And this one, though, is going to get clear through that near side tube and down into the Team Gravity zone. Another opportunity. Lowrider takes a shot on the fade. On the fade, 15 meters out, he's going to hit it. Gravity's up by 11 here with 3 minutes to go. 20-9. This game just changed.
It did. That is 20 points, and just ever since that timeout, a couple minutes in, that is 20 points. As I said, that must be mighty close, if not a record here in VRML. And we've seen them as of recently. We had over, for those who somehow missed it, Team Joker, just a couple days back. It was Game, the player, that is, with 46 points in 2 rounds. This is just a week of very strong gameplay, and we finally have a 2-point play, this time coming the way of Team Gravity. So Louis from Simon, and that is the bread and butter pairing there for Team Gravity.
Yeah, that was, in fact, our second 2 on the game. But yeah, Phantoms did get a 2 earlier on, but that play there, that was a beautiful play. That cross pass, I mean, that's just, as you call it, bread and butter, the execution.
It is.
It looks like bread and butter. They do it so seamlessly. Now, Lowrider picking up, goal is open. Has a player in deep, going to send this down to that player. That is Lowrat, excuse me. Lowrider to Lowrat. Goal was no longer open. The defense had a return. But yeah, that's another goal on the board there, 22-11. This is an exceptionally high-scoring game.
Only 2 points, though. I don't know about that one. Seems a little out of character.
Yeah, they set the bar too high to start it. Now it's unless it's a 3, it's not exciting.
I, I suppose so. I mean, like I said, this is just catching me all kinds of off guard because it's not often you see this. And the thing is, they've been so pinpoint accurate, so they don't need those second shots. But I do think it's starting to slow down a bit here. We're not seeing quite as many of these wide open goals. Even that last shot was contested a little bit just at the very end. That said, this one, maybe not. It's another shot. It's 25 for Phantoms. 1 minute remaining in this first round. They are feeling really good, and Gravity in a super unusual position where they're down big in a season where they just haven't really lost.
So the one thing I've learned in this game is that Torin's comms are the most powerful thing in the world. Because before that break, it was 9-0 Gravity, and now it's 25-11. Oh, well, maybe 25-11 still.
Yeah.
To fans here 40 seconds ago. Another opportunity. Lil Rag going to send this one in. It's going to go wide of wide of the goal, wide of the intended target, and then Torin with the shot there. That one's going to go wide. Picked up by Lil Rag. They're looking for one more here to end this one out. As this one gets sent in, Torin. Oh, the grab there by Louis. So the clear isn't going to go, and Vichex does get this one out.
So I would expect now, just based on the last minute and a half after that ridiculous start, and by start I mean first 8 minutes, 9 minutes, but based on this last minute or so, round 2 I'm thinking will be a bit different and a bit more traditional in that sense. It's just to keep up this kind of scoring pace for a full 20 to 30 minute game would be ridiculous. I mean, if it happens, by all means, but wow, that is the end of that round. 25-11 to Phantoms. And this is mighty, mighty interesting. Strembitsky over on the analysis, what you got for us?
That was definitely a game. We saw a 9-point lead right off the bat, followed by a comeback and a pretty definitive one at that. Pre-reset, before the pause, I noticed Gravity was getting a lot of their goals just from interceptions downfield. We had Phantoms trying to clear it just into their hands, even into the Chain's hands. So maybe just playing a little bit too fast there. Post reset, after the reset, Phantom said, all right, well, let's just score 4 threes in just over a minute. And that's what they did. I don't know how. I don't know if that was in the playbook, but they did it, and they did it fast. A crucial factor into these 3-pointers that I thought was the Phantoms started back passing, and they started doing the slow play I was talking about. And I thought that's really necessary against fast chains like Gravity, because like I said, both these teams, they're definitely the fastest chains in the world, but we just saw Phantoms just come out of nowhere and start beating Gravity's chain. It was just really, really well done. Both teams just way too fast to keep up, but yeah. Honestly, I think if both teams try to slow it down here, I think the slow play will benefit Gravity in the long run.
Yeah, I think so. And for the next 10 minutes here, I would expect maybe some of that. I could be totally wrong. Just the thing, I don't think you can game plan for what happened there in the first round. You can definitely plan to hit your shots when they're open, but I've never seen a start like that. That was just wild. And then the swings, not to mention after the timeout, just pretty unusual and unprecedented. But that said, all right, round 2 is underway. There is a momentarily open goal, but of course covered up mighty fast by all the approaching defenders, and now a clear going to the Phantom side.
That was Team Gravity's. There was a 1.8 second joust time, and I was curious what the joust time was in the first round. As it didn't get picked up by the speedometer, but it looked to be about equal there in round 2 here. So I would guesstimate that first round joust that got us that 3-second goal was about 1.8, maybe 1.75. As Simon is going to send this one in on a bounce shot, that one's going to go wide. Well wide, picked up now by Vichex. Vichex going to Louis. Al Pacino, and Al Pacino is going to put that one in for the 2. That's the first goal of round 2. Going to go 2 points to Gravity here, a minute 2 in.
And hey, just to your point earlier, I mean, these teams so fast, I wouldn't be surprised if they break the speedometer in their own right. It's hard to measure sometimes because they are just everywhere on the floor at once. Not to mention, it's not even one stack. The thing is, especially in the European meta, more so than NA, although you do see it in NA more. But these double stacks where you just have so many blazing duos across the floor. And I'm mentioning Simon and Lewis, known as one of the fastest, if not the fastest, but really not far behind are all these other players. I mean, they are at the top of their game and the top of their divisions for a good reason. As they go for that backboard play, it's torn to Lil Rad, and there's the very efficient score. And I think, indeed, we're seeing that slow down now at play.
Yeah, this is the pace of this round. I mean, we're getting, last round we were getting what, 2 to 3 goals a minute. And now we're looking at 1 goal a minute, and they're both 2s. So the pace has definitely slowed down. As Simon will handle this one here for Gravity, sending that one over to Vitrex on the far side wall. Vitrex sending that one in. Gonna hit Louis. Louis, go for the long shot. Oh, just wide. And now bouncing to the near side wall. Good reset. What was it? It was a reset. Vitrex will handle it. And send it back up. Gravity for another opportunity.
All right, but this is just going to be a one-on-one. The goalie kind of caught in no man's land, was trying to decide, do I go to goal? Do I dive this? And then by the time the pass went out, just a few feet of space between him and the receiver. So made it a little bit tough on where exactly to maneuver, and just finding the advantage on that was Al Pacino and Louis on that connection. Go figure, though, Dimwee, we could see what was possibly a scoring record in that first round, and could see maybe a low scoring record between these two teams in the second. I mean, it's not a bad thing either, but it's just a testament to the case of how good these teams are doing both styles, just depending on what the gameplay dictates. As Lowrider, well, he's just going to be taken away. This is going to be taken away, that is, by Vaya, and Vaya is always a very, very good defender anywhere on the floor, and he'll get a lot of those grabs, as will Boop here, getting stunned now.
Lowrider thought he had a look at the goal. He was about to take that shot with that chain return, and then that chain is the pair that stunned him out and got that turnover. But Gravity back in possession here. Simon with it. Simon almost getting assaulted there. Sends this one across, although it's going to hit a defender on the far side. Al Pacino looking to track it down, but Torn picking it up. And another stuff there. Louis coming away with it. Now Simon getting it from Louis. Bit of a scrum there on the far side. Simon going to send this one up. Good bounce pass. Well, actually out of the hands of the center receiver. So turnover here. Lowrider with it for Phantoms. Turning around. Still 6 minutes to go here in round 2.
And at this point in the last match, we were up to probably 30 points total between these teams. So yeah, it's 4-2 advantage to Gravity. The disc going to Phantom's way, though. Now there's one in the goal for Team Gravity, and Simon here diving out actually and trying to back it out to said goalkeeper. Al Pacino just missing the handles, but over on the other side will be taken by Viatrex. And yeah, once again, worth noting, Team Gravity is undefeated here in the regular season. They have not lost. And that said, for the Phantoms, almost the same. The only losses they've taken have been to Team Gravity on 2 different occasions. So that's just, again, a testament of what to expect here. I was talking about even pre-stream, King Gorillas and Joker kind of being the Batman and Joker type situation for North America. It's very largely the same here with Phantoms and Team Gravity as of these last couple seasons.
An opportunity here. There it is. That's a tying goal right there. Exactly halfway through round 2. Phantoms are going to tie it up here 4-4. So we were talking about it a minute ago. The pace. We're less than a goal a minute right now. The pace. Yeah. That's 4 goals over 5 minutes. This is. But what we're seeing, I mean, the defense has kicked up. The formation passing has kicked up. It's all really. Yeah, this is a very different game, but it's still just as competitive.
Absolutely. It just the different styles of Echo applies for offense, applies for defense. There's so many different ways to play it. Just like any other sport in real life, this is a sport, and right now going for a goal, anchoring down, and just the hesitation move thrown by Simon, enough to freeze out the defenders and roll it right on in for the lead.
Yeah, that was a 22-second answer there from Gravity to retake this lead here, and still under 1 goal a minute here in this game as we hit the 6-minute mark. 4 minutes to go in this round. And yeah, Phantoms with possession here, though. Oh, stop there. Chain gets that one turned over, at least disrupted for a moment. They do pick it up. Louis getting that one, going to set it back to Vichex there. Vichex going to send it all the way there to Al Pacino for the reset.
Nice hits, but look at these redirects. That mobility being shown there by Phantoms. Boop going for that classic. Could it be? No. A rare miss, perhaps, by the very well-known player for a very well-known shot right there from the midfield and trying to bounce it through. Now getting the clear recovery. It's Simon and trying to just recover it for a passing play. And they are finding themselves at a 4-point advantage here, Dimwee.
Yeah, that was a nice play, and I will still point out we're still at the less than 1 goal a minute pace here. But yeah, that was I thought that was a long shot, which was foolish for me to think because that Phantom's defense was already in the bubble. But it was just a phenomenal pass there, and then a turnover there. Vichex with the interception up to Louis. Louis turning it around now. Look for that cross pass back to Simon. Simon though, he's gonna. No, he sends that one back to Vichex. Look at this disc movement. They are playing the margin of error here is 0. They have no room to make a mistake, and they don't. Simon, the long cross pass there to Louis, and he's going to get it in. Boy, that's a 6-point lead here to Team Gravity. Wow.
My goodness. Anyone who's newer to Echo or just more of a casual viewer and wants to know how the passing execution is at the highest level. There, like Dimwee said there no margins for error. There was so much cluttered up defense bothering them in that midfield. They somehow maneuvered all those short range passes through with all the precision in the world they needed, and they found the right moves, the right plays right in front of the goal, taking advantage of the numbers, but all predicated on the execution of those passes. And with that said, 2 minutes remaining, and Team Gravity, about to find themselves up now 12-4 as we do wind down this round. So that separation is there.
Yeah, that's an 8-point lead. That's a minimum of 3 goals that Phantoms are going to have to pick up here. Now we are back to one goal a minute. I'd like to point out because we did get 2 in just about a minute, but someone on Phantoms losing their mic there. I don't know if it's coming through on the cast, but we're definitely getting some of that.
Probably not. Well, now we got some of that on cast.
So yeah. And it was low rat, it looks like. So yeah, he's gonna get swapped out here, get that microphone taken care of. We'll get kicked back up here. Minute 40 on the clock. Like I said, that's an 8-point lead. And at the pace of this game, if we stick to this pace, Phantoms aren't going to be able to come back. But Phantoms are a team that can kick up the scoring there, and maybe after this pause here, this timeout, going to be able to find their footing once again and do it again like round 1.
Yeah, and looking like at this point, I mean, it's not impossible for a quick comeback, especially just knowing what the teams did in the first round. We saw how that pace can just on a dime change up on you and cause all these unexpected things. But that said, much like Strembitsky said, who I'll actually redirect to right here perhaps, they've slowed it down now. The scoring pace slower. We've seen a lot more passes, and with a minute and 40 left, Gravity, if that maintains, they're in position to take this round.
So yeah, you're exactly right, Paladar. Game 2, both teams' chains were playing much less aggressive. They weren't pushing out of their comfort zone as much as they were in the first game. Maybe that's why in the first game we saw so many 3-pointers, because everyone was playing so aggressive. But this time we're seeing people play a lot slower and they have more time to make their decisions. Both Phantoms and Gravity are trying to play the passing game around the opponent's chain, and both teams are really, really good at this. However, an example I saw in particular, Phantoms was playing the slow pass game and they turned it over, and then immediately, even on their own side of the arena, they started doing a hyper aggressive chain out of nowhere and they got the disc back. But unfortunately it didn't matter because Phantoms, their bubble offense right now is just looking really crisp. Like I guessed last round, this slow play is really rewarding Gravity, and Gravity, their bubble offense is just better. Their cut passes are crisp, they're clean, they're not missing anything on the opponent's end of the field. It's just looking really good in terms of the slow play for Gravity.
Oh yeah, and that's just a staple of so many teams at the Master Division, but never ceases to impress because the pros, as I like to say, they make it look so easy, right? That includes just all of these teams and the things they do in that passing play, because when you watch it on stream, if you're a spectator, whether a caster, whether just another player, a fan watching from Twitch or venues or YouTube, wherever the case, and whatever the case, you say, oh yeah, that looks simple enough, that's easy. They see a guy, they pass it to him, he makes a catch, right? But it's just like real sports where the pros will make the difficult look hard because some of these passes they're executing, and not only that, the quantity along with the quality is insane, because all it takes is one botched pass to completely mess up a play, and yet you're just seeing this execution constantly maintain and to the tune of 12 points now for Gravity, as a 3 attempt just gets denied by that block, and a 2 stacks coming in hot will be grabbed by Louis.
Yeah, Louis gonna turn around here. Uh-oh, right there in the hands of Torin. But maybe Louis gonna recover this one. He does stun Torin out, and then gets stunned out by Lowrider. Lowrider gonna send this one to Torin. Torin sending it in for an anchor 3 on the empty goal. Could this be the start of that comeback? We're back within 5 here with about a minute to go.
Yeah, after a match, a second round of this match where we've seen much fewer 3s, that could have been the one they needed. It's still close enough. 1 minute, 50 seconds now, actually, and to score a couple 3s in a row here, even just 3 and a 2, very, very possible. But that's predicated on some fast defense and a turnover coming in quick. And let's see here what happens as we wind down the round. 36 seconds, and we do need some fast action.
Yeah, this one still loose here. Torin trying to get a ride, gets a ride, but not to the disc. Simon picking up Simon over to Vichecks. 25 seconds to go here. If we hit 20, that's it. As Vichecks sending us, it's going to hit the lip. We do hit 20 seconds. That will be the end of round 2. Well, not the end, but Gravity will take round 2. As Louis gets a stop there with the head. Lowrider getting stunned out. Vichecks getting a slap there back to the trap. Here's Torin trying to track it down. He's going to get stunned out. Louis picking it up. Louis is going to look for this clear. Just run that clock down. And that will be the end of round 2 here on that long shot attempt as Vichecks gets a stop. Gravity going to take it 12-7.
All right, so with that, heading into round 3. Now, these teams met up in the very first week of this season. It was a 2-round victory to Team Gravity. It was 22-2 in that first match, and then just a 16-14 in the second round of that match, way back on July 3rd. Then they faced off again on the 26th of July. Also a 2-rounder. It was 20-11, and then 14-2 in the 2 rounds. So, yeah, we are seeing a 3rd round now for the first time between these 2 teams this season, and excited to see what it provides. Strem, I don't know if I already expended your notes, but you have any other thoughts on this game so far, and maybe what to expect in the next round?
Just a little bit more analysis about the slow play last game. I saw every time Phantoms looked really good in that second game was when they were playing fast and they were forcing mistakes on Gravity's end. So honestly, this next game, I just really want to see Phantoms just play faster, play chaotic, play how you know you can play, because I really don't think Gravity will be up for the task as we saw in that first game.
Well, it's a position where they're not familiar with finding themselves, right? Being not only behind in score, but substantially at that based on those 3s. So, yeah, if they can get that same pace going, wow, that was a very risky back out. Will go right into the hands, though, of Phantoms, and there's the 2. Lowrider.
Yeah, Lowrider. That's a high angle shot there. He was under pressure. And kind of also moving at a not advantageous trajectory there in relation to the goal, but also Gravity. There was a 1.9 second joust time. They won all 3, ostensibly won all 3 of the neutral jousts in this game, which is notable.
All notable yet, though, is a big grab here. And wow, the immediate punish. That took no time at all. Viatrex, there's that defense I talked about. But you know what? Saying, Pally, I can shoot it too. And yes, he can for the 1-point lead.
Yeah, that was a major stuff there. Also, 14 meters out, 14 meters a second, 1 second goal. Doesn't mean anything. I just love pointing it out. As Torin is going to send this one over to the left trap there, moving through. Louis, that stack right nearby. Long shot. Oh, my goodness.
Well, talk about speed, talk about punish, and talk about sharp shooters. Very few in the world have done it as consistently or for as long as that guy right there. Boop. Taking the 2-point lead now off of that hot shot from the tunnel.
Yeah, and a lead that they can work with as Gravity is going to now have, turnover. And this one going to get sent to the far side there, but nobody there to accept it, although that chain get there very quickly. But Simon going to pick it up. Simon looking to send this one through mid, bouncing around. Al Pacino gets there. Al Pacino going to pour this one further down. Just have Viatrex all the time in the world. Just going to set that one in for the 2, and we're back to tie game, 2 minutes in.
I'm supremely entertained by how the opening minutes of these rounds have been. Round 1 one of the most wild ones you would see with nothing but threes. And then round 2 really slowed down the pace and the scoring pace. Round 3 so far, it's kind of a mix between the two. We're seeing a couple breakaways, might actually see another one here, as immediate fling is just going to be stolen out, saved by Al Pacino. So nice grab, and Al Pacino always excellent in the goal. So now, yeah, round 3 is kind of a mishmash, and therefore, I have no idea what to expect except some really exciting finishes here, hopefully, as we wind it down.
Yeah, and Torin, though, going to get this one cleared all the way out. A couple stacks coming in for that one, but Louis going to get the first grab, but sending that one back to that far side tube. And now a bit of a some nice moves there. But Low Rat, oh, wow. Wow, Low Rat off the feed. He's going to bring that one in. And the placement on that as well. I mean, that was a great shot.
Yeah, great shot off a good delivery from Boop. Easy does it, and Lil Rad, just another one of those really strong scorers in this league. I mean, so many people now coming in with huge offensive talent. It's not, thing is too, it's not just about shooting into the goal. It's also about where you place it these days, because the goalkeeping in this league has also gotten so good. And it's been good in Europe for such a long time as it is, but now it means as an offensive player, you can't just be lazy or careless or on autopilot when you're trying to drive it into the goal. You have to find the angles, as Torin, well, he got the right angle on the shot, save as Simon now recovers.
That was intended as a coordinated 3, and the stun went out, but it was the stun on the teammate, not on the goalie, as the goalie got a good shield up. But now Lowrider, moving this one in, going to send it across. Lowrad, oh, the placement on that one, right. Snug in the pocket there. That's just a beauty.
He has made the most of every opportunity, it would seem. And not a surprise to see from Lil Red here on Phantom. So doing some work. And I know we mentioned going into this stream as it just began. Yeah, the stakes here for these two teams, not major in terms of the postseason, the finals implications. As this is the last week of the regular season here. These teams are going to make it just fine, but the stakes: 1, pride; number 2, that record. Team Gravity here trying to record a goal but couldn't do so. That's the thing. We saw Team Joker over in North America. They lost that undefeated record in the second to last week. Leviathan over in OCE, the lone undefeated team over there in the OCE region, as we get a nice one from who else but Lowrider, and he is riding hot now, 12-5. So as I note that, Team Gravity here now may be in position to lose their undefeated record in the final day. This has been right down to the wire for these top teams of the league here, and it's going to be a battle.
This is a battle. Phantom's starting to run away with that lead, but we still have half of this round 3 to go here. So Vitrex with that one, trying to send it to mid, gonna hit that block there. Unfortunate, as it's gonna turn over. Lil Rad just gonna send this one in, maybe expecting the chain to pick it up, and Simon is there. Simon gonna send this one across there to Louis. Louis back to Simon. Simon now going back across. He's hitting, that is Vitrex. Vitrex to Louis. Louis was moving in, gonna go for a reset there to Simon on the back line. This disc movement is masterful, of course. It's Gravity, so it makes sense. But Louis now slowing it down there, looking for a lane, gonna cross it over to Al Pacino. Al Pacino, he's looking for a pass up. No, brings it in himself, and he's gonna hit it for the 2. Back within 5 with 4 minutes to go.
Really needed that one badly. I know it's not the hugest differential in the world at the moment, but still, yeah, that attempt, I mean, you don't want to see a team like Phantoms starting to build that steam by scoring multiple goals in a row. So Team Gravity, yeah, slowing it down a little bit there, finding their good passes and exactly what they need to calm down. You know, they might be down, but they can still afford to stall just enough over these next 4 minutes to at least get the high percentage shots. None higher percentage than the shots coming out of Lil Rad's hands tonight. Again, wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's under pressure. He's got very little speed to help with the velocity of the shot. Actually, he had some good speed there. But yeah, he was under pressure. He gets done out as he's sending it out, and I mean, that's just another beautiful shot from Low Rad. He's just on fire.
Absolutely. A lot of players on fire throughout the game, but as of late and as of this round, Low Rider really starting to just impress his presence upon that goal and upon this team, as Gravity now sends it to the midfield. 3 minutes left to maybe maintain this lossless, this spotless record on the season. Boop 90 getting stunned out, and now it's going to be just a numbers advantage going the way of Gravity, and they're going to convert 15-9.
That was a nice shot there from Simon. Goalie came out to challenge, and Simon just brings his arm out as far as he can reach to wrap it around the side of the goalie. Goalie wasn't able to get the grab on it, and that's a good 2 there. Back within 6 here. But still 2.5 minutes to go. As Phantoms are coming out with that joust advantage. Gravity's still able to come back in this one, but they're gonna have to force some turnovers.
And, well, forcing a turnover here, maybe. Well, they'll get it right back, indeed. So Simon there, but in the midline, there's the double stacks I talked about. You see how on one end of the disc, it was that stack contesting it. Then on the other end, it was the other Phantom stack contesting that one, getting it back, finding a shot attempt. And now this stack taking it right back. And it's a 3-on-1 and a 2 right down for Torrent, 17-9. Oh, it's getting there, Dimwee. I'm sure Team Gravity, they're starting to feel a little bit on their heels, and Phantoms feeling really, really good.
Yeah, it doesn't help. Every time Gravity scores, Phantoms are coming back with just as confident an answer. It's really hard to deal with, when you can't. They keep scoring, but they're not catching up. And Louis, though, with an opportunity, he's gonna. Oh, what a stop there by Torrent, sending that one back out to mid. And still lose. Al Pacino trying to get there. Does get there. Picks that one up. Going to send it up there to Simon. But a minute and a half here. We are running out of time. That's an 8-point score differential. That's a minimum of 3 goals here.
It's going to be tough, and even tougher by Boop's defense here, but still a good pass. I love that recognition there from Louis to Viatrex. Didn't panic despite the disc getting lost just a little bit. And that's a credit to their communication and just their team chemistry, right? Okay, things went wrong, but I'm going to find that disc. I still know where my teammate is, and we're going to hit that efficient goal.
So we're back within 6. As Phantoms comes out, we have exactly a minute to go here. And Phantom's going to do some defensive passing there. The deep pass there, going to hit Low Rad. Low Rad going to juke around. They are definitely burning some clock right now. So, that interception. Viatrex picks it up. Looking to send it out, but Torn on the back line going to get the grab. Another interception. Simon with it. Simon going to get this one sent up to Al Pacino. Opportunity here for Gravity. If they can get this one in, they have a shot. They have to. Here. They have to. Oh, no. The grab there. That one's going to get sent out all the way down to the Gravity zone.
And right now, Gravity has been lost, I think, because 26 seconds, 10 weeks of just spotless success across the season, and it will be Phantoms. You talk about the stakes. You know what? I think this was actually higher stakes than we gave it credit for, because now you have Phantoms going in to a finals situation, qualifier situation, postseason, and they are going to be feeling mighty good, handing the first loss to Team Gravity. 19-1 now.
No, you're right. I did not give this game the credit it deserved early on. This was a high stakes game, and that to lose that record on the last day, that one's gonna hurt. Even though they're locked for the postseason, they're going into the playoffs. We all know that they're one of the favorites for the championship, but it's still gonna hurt. It's, at the end of the day, this one's still gonna hurt. And Phantoms, they really came to play today. Just a ridiculous scoreline there. 19 points there to Low Rider, 11 to Low Rad. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a thriller that was. The stories. Tale wasn't just a tale of 2 rounds. Tale of 3 rounds with each one its own unique personality to it. You had the fast, you had the slow, you had somewhere in the middle. But what you had was an upset of sorts. These 2 teams always have great games, but when it comes to those undefeated records, everyone is always waiting for that first one to fall, and that one on this last day, like you mentioned, it was the time. So momentum certainly in favor of Phantoms going into postseason potentially, and see if they can carry that into a very successful run here. Now, as we say that, we're going to divert in just a few to our next match, but I will hand it off to Strembitsky for some notes as we get prepared for our next game.